Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show. This week, join the team at Animal Kingdom Lodge to dine at BOMA for their all-you-can-eat breakfast. Let's go check it out.
You guys got the tune. We're gonna do it again? Okay.
So I've never been to BOMA. This is my first time actually trying breakfast here, and I love the spread. It is very eclectic. It's got a lot of options. It's got a lot of opportunities to try some new things, and also have some familiar things and some twists on familiar things. So I do appreciate that about it, and I think it's an awesome opportunity for people to get to pay a chunk of money and try a lot of different, some authentic foods, some Americanized foods per thing. We had dinner last night just casually at Gico, and we were kind of commenting between Gico and BOMA. I love Gico. It's the kind of food I like, but I get why people do this just because it's the buffet, and so you can eat those American things that you are more comfortable with, and then also branch out and try some new stuff. I like trying new things. I just usually don't like the new things I try. So I give it a chance and then I don't like it. So my first round through here, I stuck with some more Americanized things that I am familiar with. I got croissant with like Nutella on top. I'm a pastry breakfast person, not so much like eggs and bacon. I did get the spinach and goat cheese scrambled eggs. They were really good, but still something I'm kind of familiar with at least. I branched out a bit. Actually, there's it's like a mustard teriyaki sauce. So I got bacon and I dipped it in that, and that was amazing. Like that was my highlight, I think, at this point. And then they have a create your own yogurt station, which I thought was really good. I felt like my mom creating my yogurt for the day to like power through with walnuts and all that crap. And I got something that was next to the oatmeal. It's kind of a quinoa, I think it's got like quinoa and dates or something in it. So that was me branching a little bit into the African type cuisine. Not that quinoa is like African per se, but outside my comfort zone, hated it. I did not like that. The texture is just gritty and I just don't like it. So now I'm actually gonna go do a second run through, and I'm just gonna get a plate of the African inspired food so I can just have like a bite or whatever of each thing and claim that I did it. So instead I tried it.
So I have eaten breakfast at BOMA before, and it happens to be one of my favorites on property. So even if we're staying like all the way over at Saratoga Springs or even by the Magic Kingdom, this is a place that is off the beaten path, but it is so fantastic. They've got a lot of special things like Sean was saying, and the goat cheese and spinach scrambled eggs is quite possibly my favorite dish. It is so delicious. There's so much goat cheese. The way they do it, I've never been able to mimic it at home. And they've got a bread pudding here with a pecan sauce that is to die for.
It's a French toast bread pudding.
French toast bread pudding, yes. And it is out of this world. I mean, I was telling these guys if I could live on these two things alone, I might not live long, but I would be happy because they are so delicious. Our server highly recommended their corned beef hash, and I've never tried it before, and it's really an African-inspired dish, and I've just never gone for it. I had a bite of it, and it's really good. So I'll have to eat some more of it to see if I really like it, but my first bite of it was delicious. So, and then of course we've got our Pog juice here, and that is their specialty, which is always amazing. So just kind of dig it in, and probably will go up and kind of do something like what Sean's doing, because I don't usually branch out. I stick to my favorites when I'm here. So I like the branching out idea. So we'll give that a try next.
Okay, so I am I've been here many times. Obviously, with my my diet, there's a lot I can't eat here. So my plate right now. But that being said, what I love about this buffet and always have is I don't care who you are, there's something for you on this buffet, and not just a little. So I have a full plate here: turkey, fresh carved turkey, ham, bacon, sausage, asparagus, scrambled eggs, and we get seated at 10 o'clock, which is toward the end of the breakfast service. And a lot of times with buffets, as you start getting toward the end, the stuff starts not being as good as first thing in the morning. Not the case here. Everything is fresh. As I walked around taking video of this buffet, I was just really struck by the outrageous array of foods and how huge this buffet is. I'm at a loss to think of another place that has this kind of not just the level of selections and the choices, but how authentic it is and how everything at this resort just completely ties in together. It's so authentic, from the cast members who are working here to the kind of foods being served. It is so tightly themed. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Well, let these guys get some more food and see what they think.
So you guys, I am so full that I didn't go back to the buffet a second time. We had the best. I picked out what I wanted at first, and I ended up not going back. So absolutely delicious. Everything I had was so fantastic. And we heard stories from the gal up front. She came to our table and she said that we could ask her anything about any of the things that we saw in the restaurant, and she would tell a story, and she did, and it was really fun. So I encourage you guys, if you come here, to take advantage of chatting with the people that are from Africa, because they're really wonderful to chat with. And as far as a rating, so I've said that I love this restaurant. I am really gonna have to give it a 10. Because it was really just that fabulous. Our coffee didn't run out, our juice didn't run out, we never had a dirty plate sitting for long. I love the attention to detail, and it's one of my most favorite things about coming here.
So I did go back for the second time. I got all of the African-inspired foods, kind of picked around at them. Honestly, it's just not my thing. I do try stuff. I get adventurous. I won't not try things, but I don't like them. But they do have enough American options that I could safely tell adventurous eaters to also come with non-adventurous eaters, or just people who don't like a lot of different things. I still think it's great. I still am going to give it a 10 out of 10, just like Jackie. Just because it's not my type of food doesn't mean, like, it was amazing quality of food. It was very eclectic. I think it's great for the price. The stories that they told and everything. Our hostess came back over. Her name's Yvonne, and she was amazing. And one of the big things that she told us, she was talking about people coming and visiting Zimbabwe, and she was like, people come to visit all the time, and she's like, my friends are always like, why do people come here? Like, we don't have electricity, we don't have plumbing, like, I can't believe people come here for this. And she said, I remind my friends all the time, like, there's people in the world who pay thousands and thousands of dollars to come see where we live, and we get to live here all the time. Like, we have such a cool opportunity that we live here, and they, don't get to have, holistic foods and these vegan options without it even being vegan. Like, it's healthy foods and it's all these things that the rest of the world doesn't get. And I've never thought about it in that way. I've always thought about, you know, where I live is the best place that you can live and that everybody wants to be here. And so it was interesting and fun to get to hear them say like, no. And I'm like, yeah, true. People pay thousands of dollars to go on safari and go eat, you know, in Zimbabwe or go explore this area. And so they are very lucky to get to live somewhere like that. So it was really fun to hear that side of things. So talk to your hostesses. So they're fun.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't eat a lot, but the fact, you know, when doing keto, you're really limited in a lot of places as to what you can have because you're eating high fat, moderate protein, low carb. This is one of those buffets where I found plenty of food. There was no reason to go hungry at this buffet. So you have, the other guys talked about Yvonne, our hostess that was walking around to the tables, telling stories about the restaurant and about her home in Zimbabwe, who was probably one of the most charming human beings I've ever met in my life. The service has been phenomenal. Like Jackie said, we never waited on anything. But it's always like this. This is not just now. From the very first time, I don't think I've ever given this place a bad review. I just got the check, and $29 a person for this might be the best value buffet on Disney property for breakfast. Absolutely. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm always hesitant to give out 10s, but this experience, the quality and consistency of the food, even later in the morning, that's key. It's later in the morning when we're doing this. This restaurant is closed right now. We got to get out of here. At $29 a person, it earns a 10. It earns a 10, so there it is, 3 10s for this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for this episode of the Disney Dining Show. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again next week.